Major Slack Videos.
Hey, welcome back to Major Slack Videos here. First off, for titillating tactical Elden Ring gameplay. This is going to be a Catacombs run. We're going to do the Stormfoot Catacombs and the Tombsward Catacombs. Stormfoot Catacombs, we hadn't actually mapped it out yet. It is in Limgrave, and after we do Stormfoot Catacombs, Limgrave proper, which is this area here, not including the Weeping Peninsula, Limgrave proper will be absolutely complete, with the exception of the Stormhill Everjail, which is a little above our pay grade right now, and I strongly suspect a lot of you are going to lose a rune arc doing this. So I developed a non-rune arc strategy for this. It's a real tough boss fight, but we're going to have to get our strength up to 31 before we can use that non-rune arc strategy. And what I mean by strength up to 31 is a natural 31 without the benefits of Godric's Great Rune. Alright, table that for a later date. But other than that, Limgrave will be complete. We'll have done everything in Limgrave. Let's start off with Stormfoot Catacombs. How much money do we have? 840. And I've got some spare equipment I want to sell off.
Oh, you're doing it. I didn't know we're doing much just layout.
Got some doubles here. Here, we don't need this. That'll do her. We just need 1,000 runes. And I want everybody to go to Church of Ella. This is going to be useful for the second catacombs we're going to, Tombsward Catacombs. Might as well buy it now, though.
Always
Want everybody to buy Missionary's Cookbook 1, which will allow you to make holy water pots.
goodbye.
And while we're at it, before we forget, store all your pots, whatever they may be. Stash all your pot. I can say that because I live in Canada, and here pot is legal. See, we're an advanced country. Okay, I digress. Now that we've emptied out all our cracked pots, we can make a big batch of holy water pots. Make 7. Why not? Okay. And get those ready to go. And that's going to be for the second catacombs we take on, the Tombsward Catacombs. For now, we're going to take on Stormfoot Catacombs. Let's wait till daytime. And from the Church of Ella, you're going to point west. Make sure I got no beacons. Yeah, west. Up in that direction. Basically up the hill. Up the hill behind the church. Okay, gallop up the hill. And as you may or may not know, whenever you see one of these guys here, interact with them and it'll point you to the nearest catacombs. This one's pointing to Stormfoot Catacombs, right over there. Let's drop down here, grab yourself a Trina's Lily. And for this, it's full of imps. We can take them all out with just the Hornbow and our Archer setup. Arrow's Reach Talisman and the Blue Dancer Charm. And set your flask to 6 and 2, and that's about it. Let's gallop on over there. Some mushrooms here, and some more mushrooms over here. And in we go. Okay, lots of sneaky bugger imps in here, so keep your wits about you. Assuming that everybody has a good supply of gold pickled foulfoot. And what else do I have to be mindful of? I think that's about it. Oh yeah, my turn. There we go. Okay. Get your sneak on. right at the bottom of the stairs here, there's an imp hiding behind this chair here. You can use a regular arrow to kind of like clear the way. Oops. Meant to shoot a regular arrow. And headshot, mighty shot, instant kill. There is another imp hiding around the corner there. We can get him with our trusty corner buster. The halberd with the gravitas skill on it. Get your sneak on, get close to the corner, let fly a couple of gravitas. 1 and 2. And always takes care of that bugger. Yes, sir. You gotta get up pretty early in the morning to get one over on the Slackster. Pretty early. Grab yourself a couple of root resin, switch back over to your bow, and continue down to the east. Here's the boss door. Get some grave lever. It informs you that it is locked by a contraption, so we have to find the lever as usual. In here are 3 imps waiting to ambush you. Stop at the top of the stairs, there's one right there. Headshot, mighty shot. One over here. Headshot, mighty shot. You may get upset. And finally, one over here in the shadows. You gotta look very carefully. There he is right there. Haven't taken down all those guys. You can make the loot tour around here. Grey violet. Those are good for rancor pots. We're going to get the recipe for that shortly. And we're good. Continue to the northwest. And it's going to be a couple of fire traps here. These columns. All you have to do is hit them to lower them. And they'll stop spewing out the fire. So just shoot out a regular arrow. Just even right through the fire. It doesn't matter if there's going down there. Okay? That's all you have to do. There's nothing down there except a collectible. I don't know if that has any function. Maybe in multiplayer that has some kind of function, but in single player, no functioning whatsoever. Same dealio here. Zoom in. Hit it. Goes down. Get your sneak on. The way to continue is up there, but before that, let's go in here and get some goodies. 5 imps hanging out in here. 2 are visible. Just lock on a mighty shot, fire arrow, instant kill. And 3 more are hidden. 1 hidden there, 2 hidden behind there. Get your sneak on. Sneak up the left side. Stick to the left side, careful now. Zoom in, there we go. Take out that guy. Get your sneak on. Make sure whatever you do not hit this again, because it will go up and the fire will start spewing out. That's why it's best to take on this area with a bow. And there's 2 more here. There's 1 there and there's 1 up there. Alright? And up here. Done and done. That's all the areas, all the enemies in this area taken care of. And you get yourself 3 free smoldering butterfly. And we're good. Let's double back to the ladder. When you climb this ladder, just climb to the top. Do nothing else. Don't go forward any. I mean, stumbling over my words here. Don't advance forward at all. Just get to the top. As soon as your avatar climbs up there, stop. Okay, because there's an imp hiding around the corner waiting to ambush you. If you look at the right side of the screen there, you can see his hooked claws. Just waiting there. Okay? Let's deal with this guy first. And there's another guy way down here. You can actually lock onto him. And now let's switch over to our trusty corner buster. And bust. And again. Looks like 1 shot is enough for him. Grab some goodies. And refill FP. And there's 1 final imp around that corner there. You're going to have to be careful with him. I'd recommend putting on your shield just in case he gets loose on you. So you can do a guard counter on him. You're going to do the same thing with him. Use our corner buster. Sneak carefully up the right side here. And you're going to stop right at this second to last. Right there, okay? right there, and that should be within range to do Gravitas. And again. There we go, we got it. Grave Glover and the Wandering Noble Ashes. Some of you may think this is a complete crap Spirit Ash. I do not think so. There is some value in these guys. They're exactly the same as those wandering weaklings. You know, those guys that, for example, they're at Dragon Burnt Ruins. You swing a sword in their direction, they piss their pants and start walking away and they start moaning, "Oh!" Those guys. Now, these Wandering Noble Ashes, there's 5 of them. Count them. 5. Okay? So they're really weak, but there's so many. If you want to create total pandemonium and confusion for about 15 to 30 seconds at the beginning of a boss fight, these guys are the ticket, because there's just so many of them. So that's their strength in numbers, and we're going to use them. Yeah, we're going to use them in the next video in a really tough boss fight. I can show you how they're really useful. So you may think, yeah, they're total crap, but they're not. Okay, so to continue, drop down on this side. Should be clear. And here is the boss door lever. Grab a Grave Glover, and that's it. Stormfoot Catacombs is clear except for the boss fight. Boss fight is an Erdtree Burial Watchdog. I don't know why they call it a watchdog. They look more like cats to me. Anyways, let's gear up for this. Get some good protection on your best armor. Which for me would be... your mileage may vary. Okay, so I can summon up 25 physical damage protection. That's what you want. Talismans. Let's take this. We're going to use our newly acquired Dragon Halberd. Very useful in this boss fight. Don't really need the shield. Because it's not going to come to that. I would say the Green Turtle Talisman and the Flame Drake Talisman, because this thing will spew fire. And that's it. Golden Vow Dagger. And we're going to go with Flask of Wondrous Physic, Golden Vow, switch over to the Halberd, two-handed, refill FP, walk in, spawn Spanky, refill FP, get away, Spanky engages, and then we're going to cut loose with our spinning slash when there's a good opportunity. That's the plan. Let's do it. Flask of Wondrous Physic, Golden Vow. Switch over to the Halberd, two-handed, refill FP, go in, cast Spanish Knight Anvil, aka Spanky, refill FP, get away, let Spanky engage, make sure he does engage, lock on, let loose that spinning slash, double, and again, and that's all there is to it. Thank you, Spanky. And for this, you get what you may think is another crappy Spirit Ash, the Noble Sorcerer Ashes. Once again, really weak, but he's a sorcerer. The great thing about this guy is he's incredibly trigger happy. When you go into a boss fight with him, the minute he steps in, he pops off a shot at the boss. So that's his use. He may be weak, but he is so trigger happy. And, you know, that's what you want your Spirit Ashes to do, to engage the boss. Unlike, you know, say, Banished Knight Anvil with, you know, as you know, sometimes he just stands there and does nothing until you engage the boss, which is not exactly what you want. Yeah, so some of these weak-ass Spirit Ashes, they do have their uses. Don't scoff at them. Try them out. And we're done here. That guy was only worth 1,300, so it wasn't worth using a gold pickle foul foot on him. Next, Tombsward Catacombs down here in Weeping Peninsula. Alright? This place is full of skeletons. Skeletons have to be killed with holy damage. This is where your holy water pots are going to come in handy, but we're going to use mostly our Lordsworn's Greatsword with the Sacred Blade on it. And some good fire protection, because these things will huck fire. So put on your Flame Drake Talisman. What else? Maybe, oh, let's put on the Arsenal Charm so we can put on all our armor. Put on your best fire gear, which is probably your original samurai gear. Okay, all your original samurai gear. Okay, and that'll give you fire protection of 137.32, along with your Flame Drake Talisman. And if you can craft a fireproof dried liver, that would help. Get that ready to go. And we're good to go. Oh, and your best fireproof shield, which would be, unless you have something better, it would be this one here, the inverted Hawk Eater shield. Everyone's got this. Alright, that's it. Let's reset, get underway. Up ahead is a locked room, requires a stone sword key. Inside is a recipe book for rancor pots. I think it's worth it to spend the stone sword key on this. Okay, and then there's a couple of skeletons in here. So what you just go in, back out, let them come at you. Create a choke point here. And Sacred Blade. Once again, every time I do a Sacred Blade, I immediately dodge back to compensate for the fact that your, you know, Sammy takes a big step forward when she does that Sacred Blade. See, like that? So I like to compensate for that. Grab the Nomadic Warriors Cookbook number 9. And there we go, Rancor Pots. We can now craft Rancor Pots. Go to Item Crafting. Here we go, Rancor Pots. Uses FP throw to spawn Vengeful Spirits. That's pretty good, actually. And it scales with Intelligence and Faith. But it's not holy damage, so it won't do us any good in here. Okay, so here's the way to continue. Let me just double check here. Okay, we're good. This is the way to continue down here. There's the boss door. Have to find the lever. Blocked by some contraption. This is the way to continue. Okay, there's the guy here. Just lock on and let him do a guard counter. Let him hit you. Oh, here we go. And there's another one right here. As long as your sword is glowing yellow after having just cast a Sacred Blade, you can instantly kill these skeletons with a single whack. Down here, 3 skeletons, one in that corner, one in that corner, and one in an alcove over there. Let's start with the alcove. Where's over here? Spin around. Lock on. Instant kill. And you can go around the corner with your shield up to block these arrow shots. Wait till he shoots again. And go whack him. Same with this guy. Lock on, he shoots. Whack him. Shoot now, loot later. Don't go all the way to the end because there's another one at the end. Guard counter. And one final guy in this corner here. Done and done. Let's double back and loot everything. Okay, we got another fire trap here. You know the deal. Get out your bow. Single arrow. Shoot it, should go down. In this little alcove here is another guy. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, and ammo frisbee. Alright, here's where your holy pots are going to come in handy. Okay, so make sure they're ready to go. Here's the dealio. Where we want to get to is in there. It's kind of a trap. As soon as you go across a certain trigger line, 3 skeletons are going to spawn in there, and a 4th skeleton is going to spawn up there, and he's going to be hugging fire pots down at you while you're trying to deal with these 3 skeletons here, who will potentially back you up into this thing here, and if you accidentally hit that thing, the fire trap goes off. It's a complete clusterfuck. Don't even bother dealing with it. What we're going to do is we're going to run in there, then immediately run back out here, get a nice choke point, and then when these skeletons congregate here, just start hucking holy water pots at them, and that'll be the end of them. And then I'll show you how to take care of the guy hucking fire pots at you from up there. He's pretty hellacious too. Alright, that's the plan. Let's do it. Run in pretty much all the way to the end, and then flip around and double back. Flip around. Double back. Just cut to the right immediately, all the way down here. Create a nice long corridor. Flip around. Here they come. If you get a guard counter, do it. It won't kill him. And I'm under pressure here. Finally got him. Okay. Thing about the holy water pots is they have a much longer range than the sacred blade. So that's their advantage. They will use up resources though, so stick with the sacred blade, but if need be, throw that holy water pot. Okay, so the guy throwing fire pots up there, you can take cover from him under here until everybody else is dealt with. Let's just shoot this guy. Get his attention. There we go. Okay. Now this guy up here, he's absolute hell. The easiest way to take care of him. I got lucky. He just dropped down. He just decided to drop down. Nope, nope, wait a minute. There he is. That's the guy. He dropped down too. Once again, I got lucky. If you don't get lucky, the easiest way to take care of him is just stay under here, switch over to your gravitas weapon, the halberd. And just cast gravitas. That will either kill him or drag him down. Now, one thing it will do is set off the fire trap again. So make sure you stay back in this corner. But that will kill him. Cast gravitas a couple times to either kill him or drop him down. You can switch back to your sacred blade and finish him off. Alright? And we could just hit this to bring it back down again. Then we have to use it to get back up to that top level there, just by hopping on top of it. Okay, grab a golden rune there, and if you don't want this going off all the time, you can use an arrow to turn it off again. Okay, and it will stay like that until something hits it. Even if the area resets, it will still stay down. So if you want to come back here and explore again, you can. All right. Back to the sacred blade. Should be one more guy in here. Somewhere around here. Let's just make the tour Or is it the next room? Doesn't look like. Okay, it's the next room. Anyways, to continue to the west. Here he is. Looking for me? Hilarious. Okay, and there is the boss door lever. Let's go pull it. Alright, boss door has been opened. There it is. If you don't feel comfortable with your resources, it's no big deal to backtrack to the site of grace and refill, because there's nothing really on the way. The only thing is a couple skeletons in there, and if you don't go in there, you don't have to deal with them. Alright? With your best physical damage gear on, which for me would be this guy. Tree Beast Surcoat, regular carrying gauntlets, and the Mausoleum Grease. And we're gonna go up against the Cemetery Shade boss. Don't need this. Once again, the Dragon Helper is gonna come in really handy. Really come in handy. That's about it. He doesn't spew fire, so that won't really do any good. Maybe this one here, the Curved Sword Talisman, in case you have to do a guard counter. And that's it. Just gonna walk in. Oh, how about a little bit extra sauce? There we go, Golden Bow. Okay, same routine. Flask of Wondrous Physic, Golden Vows, switch to the Halberd, refill FP, walk in, spawn Spanky, refill FP, let Spanky engage, and then let fly with that spinning slash. Alright, that's the plan, let's do it. Don't two-hand, you're going to need your shield, and refill FP so we can spawn Spanky. Go in. Out goes Banished Knight Angle. Refill FP. And run away. Keep your shield up in case he comes at you. Oh, and this happens occasionally. Okay, if he's as soon as he engaged with Spanky, let fly. And as you can see, it doesn't take much. And for this, you're rewarded with Spanky's Competition. Kick-ass Spirit Ash. Once again, a unique, requires Ghost Glover's Lhutel the Headless. One of my favorite Spirit Ashes. Totally kick-ass. Spanky, you got competition. And it's a girl, too. Lhutel the Headless. Yep. Lhutel sacrificed her life so that in death she could continue to protect the soulless demigod until their revival, earning her the hero's honor of Urge-Free Burial. Yeah, she really kicks ass. She bops around. She like teleports around. Really, really useful. One of my favorite Spirit Ashes. Okay, and before we go. Oh, and I forgot to use my gold pickle foul foot. was distracted by the commentary. Yeah, you should use the gold pickle foul foot at the end of this boss fight. It's worth it. I think so. Let me just, I'll check in post-production to see exactly how much that pays, and I'll put a note at the top of the video advising you whether you should use the gold pickle foul foot. Alright, at any rate, that's those two catacombs done. Let's go back to the round table and take care of a little bit of business that is available as soon as you kill Godric. Okay? As soon as you kill Godric, this door here in the round table to the southwest opens up, and we can now talk to Enya. And you may have noticed in your inventory you now have this new thing called the Remembrance of the Grafted. We could either trade this for Godric's weapon, that's plural because we can duplicate and get both his weapons, or we could sell this for 20,000 runes. Let's go to the chat with Enya. There's the two finger. Here's Enya. Let's see you, Enya.
Are you that new tarnished? You've done well. I am Enya, the Finger Reader. I interpret the words of the fingers, envoys to the greater will. Look there. The fingers tremble to welcome you, Shardbearer. Let their wisdom wash over you.
Great Elden Ring, root of the Golden Order, anchor of all lands, giver of grace, wellspring of all joy. Until it was shattered, the tragic corruption of the Order has taken its toll. Across the realm, life lies in ruin, fallen to pieces. Foul curses and misery spread, unabating. But the greater will has not abandoned the realm, nor the life that inhabits it. So it is that the Tarnished are guided by grace, called to act. Brave Tarnished, your great rune is a handsome shard of the Elden Ring. Seek another of its kind to become Elden Lord and restore the Golden Order.
Let the words of the fingers guide you.
Alright, just keep it above the equator there, fingers. You're a hairy son of a bitch, eh? Okay, so we got this remembrance.
I see. A remembrance of gold has found its way into your possession.
Indeed, indeed.
Demigods and even the greater of the champions are hewn by the Earth Tree upon their end into remembrances. They are valuable indeed. These remembrances yet house the power of their former masters. And should you wish to wield that same power, well, I will lend you the strength of the fingers. Do not recoil from my offer. The fingers guide us all. And you, Tarnished, you are here to take, are you not?
Alright, all that to say that you can get Godric's weapon with his remembrance by trading in the remembrance of the grafted for one of these two weapons. Or we could duplicate the remembrance and get both these weapons. Or we could simply sell the remembrance for 20,000 runes. And even after having sold it, we could still duplicate it later on and get at least one of these remembrances, or duplicate it again and get both. So there are all those options. You're not really burning any bridges no matter what you do. This Axe of Godric is not bad. I did a lot of field testing with it. It's not bad. Post a comment. What do you think of the Axe of Godric? I went to the wiki, and there aren't a lot of glowing comments about this. So either this is really untested, or people don't really think that much of it. It's basically that axe that Godric was using to slam down and create this big gigantic earthquake, which knocked you over. But when you take it out in the field and try to do the same, it doesn't quite have the same effect. But it it kicks ass as a colossal weapon. It's pretty kick ass. But I think we're just going to trade this in for 20,000 runes for now, right? There is an issue of it requires a certain amount of strength, and if you lose a rune arc, you won't be able to use it until you bump up your strength enough. So let's table that for a later date and simply sell the remembrance for now. Okay, so don't forget we can still duplicate that even though we sold it later on. Okay, so we haven't burned any bridges yet. Okay, so we have some money. Let's go level up. Okay, once again, points into strength. So now everybody has a natural 30. What I mean by a natural 30 strength is, with the benefit of Godric's Great Rune, we have strength up to 35. If you happen to lose a rune arc because you died, you still have strength at 30, which is important because it will still allow you to use something here that requires 30 strength. Ideally, though, we want to get up to 31, so then we can, everybody who's following this walkthrough can use the tower shield no matter what. Oh, here. This is it. There's something else that requires strength 31. I believe it's the brick hammer. Yeah. Yeah, this is strength 31. Okay, so at this point, regardless of whether you lose a rune arc or not, and you lose the power of Godric's Great Rune, everybody can now use the tower shield, which is real kick-ass shield. Weighs a lot, but it was real kick-ass. Alright? Mission accomplished. We're done here. Thanks a lot for watching. If you thought this was remotely entertaining and or informative, give the old Slackster a big old thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to make sure you are always tuned in to my quality pro walkthrough videos of Elden Ring. Alright, thanks for watching. See you next time.